Nakitlong kari kasi. Ngiwan lam siya pi ko sngur bakhuit parpasngam. Ka beats aqua. Shpausnem dang yai pinja sliang.
Got your results? Looking for a new course in nursing and paramedical course? Admission open at one of the topmost colleges in the country, East-West Group of Institution Bangalore, recognized by Indian Nursing Council and Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science. Choose your courses on your screen. Hurry up, limited seats available. For more details, you can contact the link given below. Shillong Commerce College, Matagasni, Arpu Saudari Ujulio Hajar Arpunrio, Kalastang, Yakajing Rakhe Daban Repusnem, Nika Diamond Jubilee, Kajing I Jing Shakri Jonka, Kum Gashlem I Jing Start. La Seng Shillong Commerce College, House Nem, Katkandai Spa and Repunyo, but Haganika Snizdang, Kajing Rakhe Diamond Jubilee, La One Malong Kong San, but Kintiri Lama Jubilee, Jonga College, Laka Emily East Shillong Constituency, Ka Dr. Amperin Lingdo, Hakajia Donlang, Ka Principal Jonga College, Ka Dr. S. Kongwir, Ka Vice Principal, Kong A. Karmau Plang, Kinonget Kam Ka Governing Body, Jonga College, Bat Kiwe Da. Layoro Ka Jing Puli Ka History Lingkot, Jonga College, Do Mr. B. R. Upadhyaya, Upalongru Vice Principal, Bat Head Commerce Department. Ka Kong Amperin, Haba I Jingren Hagadi Ka Sngi, Kala I Ka Jingya Ro, Yaka Jinglam Linti, Kinong Seng Jonga Di Ka Shlem I Jing Start, Iki babon pa ki kun samla jonga than but jonga jallaru barok away. Shosho kala ongru bagi khana pule baka jaka pule kade ka jaka bayo jingstan jingtip but jing shampang but kentu bagi day ban pillai jingmut haga jing pule jongi khnang ba kin la ban kio haga jing im jongi.
The neighbor of Shillong Commerce College. And believe me when I tell you, those memories that I have of my friends from this college are very, very vivid till today. It is true what Sir Upadhyaya said. This college was like a shell. And so was Shillong College. But let me tell you, once again, remind these young kids in this auditorium particularly, you must have faith in your government. Your government has handheld these institutions to make them what they are. Down the lane you have the PGT. Again, another shell when we were growing up. But today these are institutions of repute. Focusing again on Shillong Commerce College. My late father, Peter Marbanyang, and my late brother, Archie Lingdo, have a very special place for Shillong Commerce College in their hearts. They did what they could to influence government policy and planning, to also include the campus of Shillong Commerce in its future growth. Dear faculty, past and present, we are so grateful that your tireless dedication to uplift education to make it accessible to all is something which government can never be grateful enough. We reiterate, government come, government goes, but institutions live the test of time. This is one perfect example of 60 years of journeying. Most people at the age of 60 would have to retire compulsorily. But this institution and its gates continue to beckon all citizens who yearn for the acquisition of knowledge. Dear young friends, knowledge gives you skills. Knowledge gives you tools. Knowledge makes you motivated. not to condemn the government, not to condemn and find fault at your teachers or your institution. I wish to live and see that day when all the hard work, the toiling, the nightless sleeps that all of these people sitting in front of us and those that have retired have dedicated for all of you. I am very delighted to hear that this institution has started the master's program in commerce studies. You have to catch up with the world. I'm grateful particularly to the staff who likely still are not receiving their dues. The teachers, I'm told, and I have been briefed, that there are about 80 plus faculty in this institution. I really don't know how many of you are actually getting salaries which are up to your qualification. But let me tell you, we are grateful that your families, that you yourselves have taken upon your shoulders to pursue and continue the pursuit of education. At my age, let me remind you, I still haven't given up hope on the acquisition of knowledge. I have recently enrolled myself in the London School of Economics to engage on a project called Urban 95. And this project primarily focuses on educating the educated to take this world forward. In the LSE, we don't talk just about India, we talk about the world. Today, the world is thinking ahead of you and me. We are the underprivileged of the third world nations. But let me tell you, India is slowly growing into a superpower. This superpower that is being built around us will fall flat if young citizens like you give up on the capacity to move ahead. I will join this institution today and urge upon all to take up the challenge. Yes, 60 years, after 60 years you actually have an auditorium. Madam Sunita was just reminding me that we used to have a function in one of those upper rooms there. And yet, today you have this beautiful asset of an auditorium. I must thank the outgoing principal for her constant effort with support of the staff to get this done. Not everything government can do for you. Government can handhold you. The rest, you jolly well do it yourselves. This is a perfect example of an institution that is growing on its own account with occasional push from government funding. Dear students, the NEP of this generation will be looked at you as a big burden. I was just asking Madam Sunita, have you started semester 7 and 8? And she just told me, ma'am, we are having problems with the kickstart of semester 7 and 8. Let me tell everybody the fact of the story. You are ready or you are not ready. The Human Resource Development Ministry of the Government of India has launched the program. You want the kids of Meghalaya to be isolated and marginalized on that opportunity? That is also a choice you have to take as an institution. Whether you like it or not, the rest of India is moving ahead. To me as a legislator, if you ask me whether or not I am concerned about the challenges of the prescribed syllabi of NEP. Let me tell you, never ever have I been a legislator without any ambiguity and challenges. Throughout my service as your legislator and representative, there has never been a smooth sailing. Always challenges are there, but should we not rise and try our best? If we deny the NEP to the students of this institution, you will be seen as left out from the rest who are already stepping up to conform and to deliver. Yes, you need more space. Yes, we will try to see what government can do for Shillong Commerce College in the new campus. But let me tell you one thing. The urban-centric situation of education in the state of Meghalaya is what is displacing Meghalaya very seriously from the overall growth of its citizens as per demands of modern generation and times. We would wish to see that every other state, every other district in our state is provided with as much assistance as possible to make sure that children do not have to travel to a city or a town to receive the education they deserve. Education for the citizens of this nation is a birthright.
Today we step across a historic threshold as we gather here to officially inaugurate the year-long Diamond Jubilee celebration of Shillong Commerce College. I could see there 60 years of resilience, 60 years of academic nurturing, and 60 years of transforming young minds into the leaders of tomorrow. To understand the weight of this diamond we wear today, we must look back at the rough terrain from which it was mined. The story of Shillong Commerce College is a masterclass in perseverance. Our journey began in June 1964 under the humble banner of Commerce College Shillong, operating initially as a purely private venture on GS Road. It was born out of a critical necessity to provide focused, quality commerce education to the youth of a rapidly developing hill region. The move to Rajmundra in 1967. In May 1967, the college shifted to this very location, building its roots, offering hope to many who walked through its doors. History tests the strongest institutions, and Commerce College has really, stood the test of time. Due to administrative challenges, the college faced a painful closure in 1977. But the spirit of education cannot be silenced for long. Recognizing its immense value to the state, the government of Meghalaya stepped in via a legislative act in 1984. On May 28, 1986, the phoenix rose from its ashes, officially reopening its doors as Shillong Commerce College. We started our second innings in 1987-88 session with just one full-time principal on deputation, 7 dedicated lecturers, 6 office staff, and a modest batch of 120 students. Look around you today. We are now a thriving family of thousands, expanding our horizons and breaking barriers. For decades, this institution was celebrated as a premier single-stream commerce powerhouse, producing accountants, government officials, entrepreneurs, corporate leaders, academicians, public leaders, managers who drive the economy of Meghalaya and the entire northeastern region. However, the growth demands adaptation. In 2019, the college took a monumental step forward by expanding into the arts stream, transforming itself into a multidisciplinary hub of holistic learning. Another major milestone was achieved, as President Sir has already mentioned, in the year 2025 with the introduction of Master of Commerce (MCOM) under NEHU, which has fundamentally elevated the academic ecosystem of the college. Today, as a NEC accredited institution, the college stands firmly aligned with the foundational pillars of the National Education Policy NEP 2020, that is access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability.
Every morning in our house begins with a race. Shoes, slippers, everything on the ground. Mom shouting for breakfast. Dad's hunting for keys. And I'm in a hurry putting on my socks. Shillong's roads are always full. Honking cars, parents rushing, everyone trying to reach somewhere first. Then one day, the STEM's bus came to our lane. Big, bright yellow, like sunshine on wheels. The bus is always on time. Arcatica waves, it feels like family arriving. Inside, it's not just seats and bags and uniforms. It's laughter, stories, songs, small little friendships growing every morning. We share snacks, help in homework, and learn to wait for each other. I think that's what community really means. Caring for people who share your road. When I see other parents dropping their kids one by one, I think, wow, if one bus can take 50 of us, that's 50 cars less on the road. My father says the bus helps save money because it's not just fuel we're saving, it's time too, and time matters. And my mother knows exactly where I am, every turn, every stop, all thanks to the STEM's app on her phone. The bus feels safe, clean seats, big mirrors, and a careful driver. When a new student comes in, we always make space, and by the next stop, we're already laughing. When we reach school, our caretaker walks us right to the gate. And after school, the caretakers are always waiting, smiling as they walk us back to the bus. The caretaker feels this bus has made life easier, but to me, it made life a lot more happier. Because one bus doesn't just save money or time, it saves mornings. It gives us cleaner air, calmer roads, and families who can breathe a little easier. I think our city is growing smarter, not faster, just kinder. And every day, this bus carries something more than just us children. It carries stories, friendships, dreams, the small moments that slowly becomes memories, and carrying a little bit of Meghalaya's heart with them. Every day, as the bus doors shut and the engine hums to life, I take a quiet moment to be grateful for the journey, for the care, and for everyone who makes it possible. This is STEMS, our ride, our happiness, our tomorrow.